want to begin by saying that when I say this is the view from the porch, it really is the view from my front porch, which is where I am right now. I don't have a studio, so you will hear birds chirping in the background. You may even hear a car go by. I'll try to eliminate the more obnoxious noises that might happen. In these troubled times, this Memorial Day is perhaps more poignant than any other. As a child of the 40s, this day for me was always firmly fixed on the last one in the month of May. As an adult, I have reluctantly adjusted to Memorial Day covering a 3-day span over the last weekend of the month, regardless of the date. I cannot help but wonder if it ultimately was done to help businesses, many of them crowing about special sales they're holding on mattresses, appliances, electronics, and a whole host of things that don't have a doggone thing to do with today's observance. And also, can we please stop saying Happy Memorial Day? This was never intended to be a happy day. The purpose was to pause and to honor those who have died in our nation's many wars, to reflect on their sacrifice and what it's meant to our ability to live as we do in a relatively still free country. It's not that I oppose picnics and family get-togethers at a time like this, although that's going to be pretty difficult in the midst of this virus thing. It's just that a feeling persists in my mind that far too many among us simply will not take the time to do the pausing and reflecting for which this holiday was created. For many, the entire military experience exists only in some remote way, through movies, TV shows, books, games. It's easy to assume that quite a few folks simply could not imagine volunteering for a life-threatening duty simply because one feels obligated to serve their society in this manner. What we need to realize is the debt we owe to those willing to be among those volunteers, for without them, things would be a lot different both here at home and around the world. The sacrifice of those who gave their lives while in our nation's military services must never be ignored. The debt we owe them cannot be repaid. We cannot bring them back to life. But we can forever be grateful for what they did. And despite our busy lives and the desire to revel in this 3-day weekend, each and every one of us can set aside at least a minute or so of quiet time to honor them. And more importantly, we can teach our children that it is their duty to join in that honor today, and to make sure future generations continue this tradition.